Have you ever heard a sentence that feels simple at first, but the more you think about it, the more your brain starts fighting itself? Like this. This sentence is false. At first, it looks like just 5 normal words. But wait, if the sentence is true, then what it says must be correct. And what it says is that it is false. So if it is true, it is false. But if it is false, then the sentence saying this sentence is false is actually wrong, which means the sentence is true. So it becomes true if it is false, and false if it is true. Your brain gets trapped in a loop. No monster, no magic, no science fiction machine. Just one sentence. That is the strange power of a paradox. A paradox is an idea that looks impossible, but somehow makes sense. Or it looks like it makes sense, but leads to something impossible. It is like a door that opens into itself, a question that eats its own answer. And throughout history, paradoxes have not just confused people, they have changed philosophy, mathematics, science, technology, and the way we understand reality itself. Because sometimes, when logic breaks, it is not because the question is stupid. It is because the question has found a crack in the system. So today, we are entering the weird world of paradoxes. And by the end of this story, you may not trust simple questions anymore. Let's start with one of the oldest and strangest ideas. Imagine a ship, a wooden ship. It belongs to a great hero named Theseus. Over many years, the ship begins to break down. One wooden plank becomes weak, so people replace it. Then, another plank gets replaced. Then the sail. Then the mast. Then the floor. Then the walls. One by one, every single original part of the ship is removed and replaced with a new part. Now here is the question. Is it still the same ship? Most people say yes, because it has the same name, the same shape, the same purpose. It has been repaired slowly, not destroyed at once. So maybe it is still the ship of Theseus. But now imagine something even stranger. Someone collected all the old removed parts. Every original plank, every old nail, every broken piece. And using those original parts, they rebuild the old ship exactly as it was. Now there are 2 ships. One ship has the same structure and history, but all new parts. The other ship has all the original parts, but was rebuilt later. So which one is the real ship of Theseus? The repaired ship or the rebuilt original? This is not just a puzzle about a boat. It is a puzzle about identity. Because the same question can be asked about you, your body is constantly changing. Cells die. New cells replace them. Your hair changes. Your skin changes. Your memories change. Your beliefs change. Your personality changes with age, pain, love, failure, and experience. The person you were 10 years ago may have had different thoughts, different dreams, even a different face. So, are you still the same person? If every part of you changes slowly over time, what exactly is the you that remains? Maybe identity is not about parts. Maybe it is about continuity, a story that keeps going, a river that is always changing, but still has the same name. But that answer creates another problem, because if identity is only a story, then who is telling it? This is why paradoxes feel weird. They take ordinary things, a ship, a sentence, a barber, a choice, and suddenly reveal that our basic ideas are not as solid as we think. Now let's go to a village. In this village, there is one barber, and the barber follows one strict rule. He shaves every man who does not shave himself. Simple. If a man shaves himself, the barber does not shave him. If a man does not shave himself, the barber shaves him. Easy rule. But now ask one question. Does the barber shave himself? If the barber shaves himself, then he is a man who shaves himself. But the barber only shaves men who do not shave themselves. So he cannot shave himself. But if the barber does not shave himself, then he is a man who does not shave himself. And according to the rule, the barber must shave every man who does not shave himself. So he must shave himself. If he does, he cannot. If he does not, he must. The rule destroys itself. This is called the Barber Paradox. It may sound like a funny little village puzzle, but it points to a much deeper problem. It shows that some systems can create rules that trap themselves. In mathematics and logic, this kind of self-reference became a major problem. Because when a system talks about itself, strange things can happen. A statement can become a snake biting its own tail. And once logic starts referring to itself, it can produce contradictions. That is why paradoxes are dangerous. They do not just confuse one person, they can shake entire systems of thought. Because a paradox is not just a strange question, it is a warning. A warning that the rules we trust may not be complete. A warning that the world may not fit perfectly inside human logic. And sometimes, logic doesn't fail because it is weak. It fails because the question is too powerful. In the first part, we saw how one sentence, one ship, and one barber can break the way we think. But now, let's go deeper. Let's talk about time. Imagine you build a time machine. You step inside. The machine turns on. The lights flash. The world bends around you. And suddenly, you are not in the present anymore. You have traveled back into the past. You arrive before your grandfather met your grandmother. Then, by accident, you stop them from meeting. Now your parent is never born, which means you are never born. But if you are never born, then you never build the time machine. And if you never build the time machine, then you never travel back and stop your grandparents from meeting, which means your parent is born, which means you are born, which means you do build the time machine, which means you do travel back, which means you stop them, which means you are not born. This is the grandfather paradox. It is one of the most famous time travel paradoxes, and it shows why changing the past is so difficult to imagine. The past is not just a place behind us. It is the foundation of the present. If you change the foundation, the present that allowed you to change it may disappear. Some people imagine the universe solving this by creating a new timeline. In that version, when you change the past, you do not erase your own world. You create a separate branch of reality. Another possibility is even stranger. Maybe time does not allow contradictions. Maybe whatever you do in the past was already part of history. You cannot change it because your actions were always included. So, if you go back in time to stop something, maybe your attempt to stop it is actually what caused it. And this leads us to an even stranger paradox, the Bootstrap Paradox. Imagine a writer receives a mysterious book from a time traveler. The book is brilliant, so the writer copies it and publishes it. Years later, the same book becomes famous. Then in the future, someone finds a copy of that book, travels back in time, and gives it to the writer. So here is the question. Who wrote the book? The writer did not create it. They copied it from the future. The future person did not create it either. They got it from history. The book exists in a loop. No origin. No first author. It is information without a beginning. That is the Bootstrap Paradox. Something exists because it caused itself to exist. A song with no composer, a machine with no inventor, an idea that appears from nowhere, carried around the circle of time forever. This paradox feels impossible because humans think in beginnings. Everything must have a cause. A seed comes before a tree. A parent comes before a child. An idea comes before an invention. But time loops break that pattern. They ask, what if cause and effect are not always a straight line? What if, in some strange version of reality, the future can become the reason for the past? Now, let's leave time and go into choice. Imagine a trolley is moving down a track. Ahead, 5 people are tied to the rails. You are standing beside a lever. If you do nothing, the trolley will continue and kill 5 people. But if you pull the lever, the trolley will switch to another track. On that track, there is 1 person. So what do? Do you pull the lever and save 5, but kill 1? Or do you do nothing and allow 5 people to die? This is the trolley problem. At first, many people say, pull the lever, because saving 5 lives seems better than saving 1. But now change the situation. You are standing on a bridge above the track. Beside you is a large man. If you push him off the bridge, his body will stop the trolley and save the 5 people. But he will die. Now what do? The result is almost the same. 1 person dies, 5 people live. But suddenly, many people feel different. Pulling a lever feels like making a hard choice. Pushing a person feels like murder. So the paradox is not only about numbers, It is about morality. Is it better to judge an action by its result or by the action itself? Is killing one person acceptable if it saves 5? And if yes, why does the bridge version feel so much worse? This paradox shows that human morality is not just logic. It is emotion, instinct, fear, responsibility, distance. The same math can feel different when your hands are closer to the action. And that is what makes paradoxes so powerful. They reveal the hidden parts of our thinking. The parts we do not notice until a strange question pulls them into the light. A paradox is like a mental trap, but it is not useless. It teaches us. The liar paradox shows us that language can fold back on itself. The ship of Theseus shows us that identity is not simple. The Barber Paradox shows us that rules can destroy themselves. The grandfather paradox shows us that time and cause may not work the way we imagine. The Bootstrap Paradox shows us that origin itself can become mysterious. And the Trolley Problem shows us that morality is not just about calculation. So maybe paradoxes are not here to give answers. Maybe they are here to break bad questions. Maybe they are here to remind us that reality is not always built for simple yes or no thinking. Because the world is full of things that are both changing and the same, both logical and impossible, both true and false, depending on how you look. And maybe that is why paradoxes stay with us. Not because they are confusing, but because they feel close to the truth. A truth we cannot fully explain. A truth that says, human logic is powerful, but it is not infinite. The universe may be bigger than our language. Time may be stranger than our stories. Identity may be deeper than our bodies. And morality may be more complicated than numbers. So the next time you hear a simple question, do not trust it too quickly, because sometimes the smallest question can open the biggest hole in reality. A paradox is not just a puzzle, it is a mirror, showing us that reality is stranger than our answers.